Fantastic. Somebody want to check the sound for me this time, though, before we get going?
Yes, sir.
This is one.
I mean, we can say this is one all we want, but until somebody tells me whether or not they can hear it on the stream.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Well, it has to get there.
I know, it's got to catch up. I know.
Yep, we're good.
Fantastic. Well, then, welcome everybody to Rolling Until Ragnarok's Daggerheart Monday nights. This is campaign OA. Y'all can do the thing if you want.
Wow.
I'm so glad I started this.
Oh, me too. Trust me.
It's always going to happen now.
Amazing. We actually left off on a little bit of a cliffhanger last time. Cliffhanger for
Yeah, we did.
And like a cliffhanger for me is like even more cliffhangery than normal. But we left off with Eno getting taken by Lift and Earth absorbed into somewhere new, while everybody else went to have downtime with Lift in her room. And I believe we also left off with Cinnamon kind of staring into the abyss of her own life and realizing that this is not a fun adventure, and maybe she wants to rethink her choices.
I mean, she is actively not looking at the room and actively just not looking at anything because she's terrified that she's going to find this heart and has no idea what to do about that.
Oh, no. Okay, but we'll start right off here from there. Thank you all for joining us. And I think that we should start with just the downtime, because I also believe that I let you all level last time. So now everybody is level what?
3.
That's right. Great.
Woo!
But as far as downtime goes, you guys have a long rest here. And if you need to like do anything collectively or whatever, I know Grev is like asleep and half dead. So there's also
I'm not asleep. I'm very much awake, but I'm half dead. Yes, 100% half dead.
Fixing Grev.
You're absolutely right.
Thing. And then you don't get downtime, so we'll get to you next. But everybody else, just to set the setting though, you guys are in this room. I had described it last time. It's kind of small, but it looks like Ariel the Little Mermaid's little sanctuary where she had like all of her little things, and it kind of goes high up. It's like a big carving into the stone walls itself. There was that doorway in front of it that it had the arch with all the little intricate bone and inlaid writings to it. But you guys are sitting at the base of it. Lift is in the room with you. She is sleeping on a little bale of I think like hay and like a little makeshift pillow of sorts, and she is lightly snoring. But there you are.
Okay.
Okay. Downtime. I think first thing that Philly is gonna do is probably tend to his wounds because he's a little banged up.
Me too.
Definitely. With the bruises here.
You want to do something fun, Billy?
I
need my wounds treated as well. How about I treat your wounds, you treat my wounds?
Okay, that's fine.
Good,
sure.
Right?
Okay, cool. Absolutely. I have no idea how
I have to heal my wounds too. We both basically do the same thing.
Okay, it's a D4, right?
Yes.
I think to heal you when a long rest, from what I read, it clears all HP.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. We're
On
doing
a long rest.
When you repair armor and heal your HP, it's all full.
Oh, okay, sick. Yeah, then
it's only during short rests. That's the difference, I think.
Okay.
Right. Cool. Although I also once you all are done, I have one more thing.
Okay. Cool. I'm also going to fix my armor by maybe patching it up a little bit by using some spare leather that maybe I can find in the room that we're in with her 10,000 trinkets that she has. Perhaps she has some leather that I can just kind of patchwork into my leather jerkin and kind of repair it that way.
Leather. Give me.
Uh-oh.
Give me a knowledge roll real fast. It's very low stakes.
You say that, and my dice will not agree that it's low stakes. That is 13 on fear.
Okay. There's a handful of like different little things. Everything looks very odd though. Like there is what looks like it might have been a halfling's armor, like chest piece, but it's old. Like this looks very old. It's like the leather is there, but you can tell that like the sleekness of it is gone. It almost has a gray tone to it. There's some cracks around the corner. There is a large. It almost looks like I'm trying to think of how to explain it. It looks like a piece of a metal railing that has a bunch of leather wrapped around the bottom of it, almost like it made it into a bat. And that is there as well.
Okay. Is the leather still serviceable, or is it because it's so old? I mean, is it totally dried out? Is there anything I could do, like maybe like
You could definitely
reinvigorate it a little bit?
Yeah, you could definitely like take it apart and service. There's pieces of it that are definitely serviceable.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Well, that's what I would do to fix my armor. So I'm gonna go clean my armor slots here.
Cool.
So I'm gonna. If you, is there anything more? Sorry, or
what are you? Yeah, I got something else, Billy. Hold on.
Okay, gotcha.
While you're working with it, Grev, give me a instinct roll.
Instinct roll. Okay. That would be a kind of low roll here. 9 on hope.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, I hate when you do that.
So, Billy, what's up?
I'm also going to clear stress here for the second like downtime activity for Billy, but I'm also gonna flavor it in a unique way. Billy's a social person. He's gonna go check on Cinnamon.
Really quickly before you do that, Billy, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. I just want to ask a quick question. Wei,
Hi.
I forgot that I have this option, and I just want to know before I spend it. I don't know if you want to tell me. I will still spend it if you don't want to tell me. But I forgot that I can add one of my prayer dice to my rolls when I make them. Would it change the outcome?
I'll let you know.
I think okay. I'm gonna spend my 4, so it's gonna be a 14 on hope.
Okay. On a 14 on hope, while you are taking apart this, there's magic to it, and you're starting to put your leather together and like work it all together, and you just feel sad, and you can't shake the feeling. There's like a heavy shroud of sorrow to what you're working on, almost to the point where like it almost brings a tear to your eye. Think like a best friend leaving for the first time forever, or you having to say goodbye to a parent. And it makes you homesick.
Okay. yeah. Okay.
Billy.
Yeah.
You rolled for this in episode 1, and as you finally clear your stress, you can only clear half of it because you are poisoned.
Oh boy.
You know it's bad when the DM is bringing up shit that happened in the first session.
3 episodes ago. Yeah.
That's fine. I didn't have too much stress.
As you are sitting there and like whatever you're about to flavor it as, I need you to also flavor it with the fact that like in the back of your throat, it almost feels like you can feel like something scratching at your throat. Like you have you start to get hoarse a little bit, you know what I mean? And you can almost feel like there's like a mild fever happening.
I think Billy will head over to like Cinnamon, kind of like go to like check on her as he sits down. Hey there. Hey there, kiddo.
Hi.
You doing all right? You see that Billy's kind of like blinking a little bit. forehead glistening a little bit, like you spent like a day in the hot summer sun. But
You look how I feel.
it's just a little warm. Nothing
Yeah.
too bad that I won't get
There's
over.
a frickin' Dragonheart here somewhere. That's real warm.
Look, I just wanted to make sure you were doing all right.
Yeah. I will be fine. I should be fine. I might be fine. I don't know. I don't like not knowing. Not knowing sucks. I wonder if there's something I could read.
Not knowing is definitely a scary thing. Well, heck, my entire line of work revolves around not knowing things and acting on anyways, but you're a smart kid. I don't think you need to be as afraid. It's not the fact that you don't know, it's trust in the ability to figure it out when you're able to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just that, Cinderlace really in my head? And his heart is here? Ugh, that's like way bigger than I thought any of this would be. And we were talking about demon contracts earlier, so ah.
It's a lot, and well, I find it entertaining to an extent. But, just don't lose your head, It's one thing to be afraid
Yeah, I
of
really wouldn't want to lose my head. I'd probably be dead as that.
Well, of course, yes, that, you see, but you're smart, you're just ambitious, and I get the ambitious part. Smart, not so much my thing. So, that's why I got faith that whatever's going on with you, whatever's going on with the rest of us, if anyone can figure it out, I'm sure you'll know what to do. After all, everybody in those books that you read probably didn't know what they were writing about initially, too.
Well, I guess it depends on what type of book, because, like, for sure in, like, fantasy books, they, like, the heroes and people at the beginning, especially if it's a series, have, like, no freaking idea what's going on, and they're, like, figuring it out. But then if you're reading, like, an actual, like, book about, like, science or math, like, I'm pretty sure the people that wrote those knew what they were talking about. Otherwise, published. And honestly, that would really be bad. Like, you're portraying that you know this information about stuff, and then it's not happening, and it's not right. I guess if there's new theories that come out that
It's so
disprove
slight.
old
It's
theories, that's
It's
one
so
thing.
Hey,
so
Tamazira.
it so wildly impresses me watching you do that. I swear.
But I'm also gonna use the ability where once per long rest, if you compliment someone or ask them about something they're good at, with the soldier's bond, you can both take 3 hope.
That's awesome.
Ooh.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Grev, were you gonna ask Tamazira something?
Yeah.
I also
Yeah, I was gonna.
Or were you just saying that?
No,
I really was gonna ask her something.
Okay, cool. I also have a question. You can interrupt her, but Tamazira, before Grev gets to you, while they're talking, while Grev is like doing, what would you have been doing like in that time? I think you're muted also.
I was muted. Meditating, sorry.
Meditating. Okay. So
because my character's an elf and doesn't sleep, apparently.
Okay, cool. Go ahead, Grev.
Hey, Tamazira.
Oh my god. Yes.
Sorry. Listen. Quick thing. I've been meaning to actually bring this up. I hope you don't take offense when I tell you this. Don't take it the wrong way. I love when you do the whole "I'm gonna stab some shit in the dark" kind of a thing. I think that's fucking rad. I think that's really cool. I love that you do that. But I gotta be honest, it really makes it hard for me to protect my friends when you are never there to protect. And I get it. You're not. I know you're very capable. You're very strong, stronger than most people that I know, to be honest. But I feel like when you just go off and I'm not with you, it just kind of. And I know I'm not your best friend. I get it. We've already talked about this. It's fine. You're still my best friend. I know that you're not. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I don't hold it personal at all.
Aw.
It doesn't make
I
me
get
sad or
it.
keep me up at night whatsoever.
I'll
But-
stick close to the group if that makes
Yeah,
you
if
feel any
you-
better.
It would make me feel slightly better. On another note, man, I really miss my parents. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit. I know, right? It's weird, but for some reason, I just feel. I want to go back home, even though like that's literally where I died, almost where you found me. But okay, I feel like you're not the person to talk to about this. So okay.
Right now, no question. One, you're talking to me. Two, is
Yes.
this really the moment to be discussing this?
Yes.
And
Yes.
the place. Okay, all right.
Maybe.
Interesting.
So sometimes I lack the social grace, social cues. Is this not the good time? This is not the good time?
Well, it's more or less.
Are we
Why
busy
don't we
doing
try
something?
and make it out alive first before we?
Oh, I know we're
guess-
gonna make it out alive. I mean, obviously, we're not gonna die. I mean, come on. We're not gonna die. We're gonna be fine. I mean, Cinnamon, she might die. She had like a whole Cinderlace thing going on, but between me and you, it's kind of fun.
As I have taken like 1 hit point of damage. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, Cinder's not there. That's just me.
You
saying
can't
that.
hear me. I am nowhere near you.
That's just me saying that.
I know.
We're
I
in
know.
a cave.
I know.
We're in a cave.
I'm
Somewhere
very
else
good
in
at
this cave.
whispering.
Somewhere
Very
else in
good.
this cave, Inokle only has 2 hit points.
Hey, speaking of, where the fuck is Oakland? Have you seen her? Just an
No.
FYI, we've been in here. I have not seen her. She was behind, I think, with you guys or behind us, and I mean, I don't know what a watch is, so I don't know why I'm doing this. But I feel like we have not seen her in a very long time.
I think that's.
I'm sure.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm sure watches exist. Like,
I don't know if wristwatches particularly exist. I mean, pocket watches, I can see that, but I'm not sure if Wait, are there wristwatches in your world? I'm just curious.
What a question.
No,
I'll get
hold
back
on,
to you
hold on.
that.
Okay, great.
I'll just say that Tamazira has a pocket watch. Just in the many layers that she has, it's just tucked away in there. He's like, "What's the time?" And she's just like, "Hold on."
Not this player. Wait, wrong jacket. Ah, shit.
Time is 74. 74 what? I don't know.
I don't know.
74. It's
I can't
74.
read.
Holy shit, how long have we been here for? Oh my gosh.
It's like Grev has one of those watches from like the Flintstones. It's like a little sundial on your wrist.
Sundial, yeah.
That's what I have. I swear
But there's
to God.
no sun, so he's
This
just
sundial
like,
doesn't
yeah.
work.
That's
This
literally
sundial
what I
doesn't work
thought.
well in caves, though. It's a real problem. I can't tell time.
What's really sad is that's honestly what I imagined the second he went like this. I was like, what the fuck? And I almost said your sundial doesn't
hold
work,
it.
and I was like, wait a minute, it doesn't even make sense that we'd have one.
No, he's got Roman candles.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yes. Precisely.
It's just been burning off the back of his like backpack or something the whole time.
Jesus Christ.
It's real bad when time runs out for me.
Oh boy.
I'm a walking fire accident. So yeah, speaking of, Inokle has not been here in a while. I'm kind of getting a little bit worried. Should we go check on her? Should we just go check on her? Like she was literally right behind us, and it's been like
Tamazira
Can't
is just
tell
gonna
time.
like put her hand on Grev's shoulder and be like, "Do you want me to stick with the party or not?"
I said we. I said we. I said we can go check on her. I did not say you can check on her. Okay, let's make sure. See, I mean, listen. If you want to go, I'm not holding. I can't even physically hold you back if I wanted to. You're too fast. So if you want to go do your thing, that's fine. I just thought it'd be nice for your best friend to describe his feelings when,
How about we talk about those feelings looking for,
Great. Okay, we'll be back. Billy,
That's
Cinnamon.
the party like mine.
We're doing the one thing that you should never do in any TTRPG, which is split the party.
I've
We're
been doing
that
this the whole
exactly.
time.
That's true.
third time.
True. We're doing it for the third time.
I was like, y'all are very good at splitting the party. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've been doing this. I'm a DM. I'm like, aha, yes, my time.
Split.
Okay. That's fine. You all are gonna go check outside the room, which means you're gonna leave the room.
Yes.
That leaves
Yes.
Billy and Cinnamon in the room at the moment. Are either of you going with them, or are you staying here and looking around? Cinnamon, are you like just? I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing, Cinnamon?
Cinnamon, since I didn't get to say what my downtime actions were.
Yes, please.
Before we started off on a tangent.
No. Yes, this is what I'm getting at.
After Billy like kind of breaks her out of her little comatose moment, her tangent like kind of reels her in, and she like pulls out a new book and starts like looking through it, and that is how she de-stresses.
Oh, I love it.
And then while she's reading the book, she realizes that because it's a fantasy book, and she gets to a part where like, somebody's armor got dented or whatever, and she's, oh, I should do that too. And her thing is her armor is like magic runes that she places around herself. So she essentially takes out her wand like a paintbrush and starts
Oh, that's so cool.
painting in the missing like chunks that flash and then disappear when she's finished writing them.
I like that a lot. Very cool.
Heck yeah.
And then she realizes they're leaving, and she's like, and she just looks at Tamazira and says, in her head, shout if you need anything, I guess. And, maybe tell us if you take lefts and rights so, we can find you. That would be helpful.
Will do.
I'm almost scared to ask Billy this question.
Hello.
Billy, what are you doing
Hi.
in the room full of stuff?
It's the one
I
need.
think Billy is like feeling, I guess, the effects of like whatever this is, like understands that he's like not like feeling hot and like kind of, I think there's a part of him that is concerned. Like there's a look of concern when Tamazira and Grev go to like look for Eno, but like someone has to do it. So he just kind of like clears his throat, gives a nod, like, yeah, just shout if you need something, and we'll then kind of go and like move around, like look around this room, see if there's anything interesting he can pick up or fiddle with or something.
Okay, give me a knowledge roll for looking around the room. And
Oh, this is fantastic.
And depending on how good it is what we'll find.
It's actually a 15 with hope.
Oh shit. All right. So you find realistically looking around this room, there's tons of trinkets that look like they've been like drained of magic almost completely. There are like little bauble like holders. There's like a box that has just like a ton of little stones in it that you're like, man, these would have been worth a lot of money if they hadn't been like, they all look almost like grayed out, like I said. There's like weird part. But then you come across like there are some small journals that are written in a language that looks like maybe very, very, very old demon. And they have a ton of quills in each of them. And the quills still have life to them. And of all the things you find that you would like, you're looking at I think the thing that would stand out to you the most is there's a piece of paper that is under this pile of journals, and it is a voucher from the Three Rings for Node 8. And vouchers are only given out when something is that important or the person that it represents is so important that it will be transferred by the Three Rings themselves, which is super rare. Because generally, once you leave a node, the Three Rings don't give a fuck about you anymore. But that means that whatever this is, this voucher is like I will get this thing. If you show up with it to node 8,
Yeah.
which you know that means that this is either incredibly powerful or incredibly costly.
Billy kind of looks down, smiles for a moment. Well, I'll be. Kind of
No,
like shuffles through the papers.
Node 8 is also the one outside of the Farao region, which is right outside where Grev died, and the Shadow region where Tamazira comes from. That would be
Okay.
the node that connects everybody so far.
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
I think Billy will kind of pick that up, like look over it for a moment and just kind of like pocket it. I think he'll get curious a little bit at like the different journals. Like, I think he'll probably just like hold one up and then I think he'd grab it, not open it, but walk it. I'd say walk. I think at this point, like kind of like like sick person gait, where it's like kind of walk, kind of waddle.
Yeah.
Especially with those little goat legs, kind of like shimmies over to Cinnamon, kind of like drops it down next to her. Found one of these. Again, books aren't my thing, but there's a few more of them. Don't know if these mean anything, but maybe could help with the whole dragon demon stuff going on.
She's gonna first glance at the journal and see if I know you said it's an old demon, but
Mhm.
see if she would be able to translate at any point in time. I know it would take a while, but first glance
Yes.
would tell her if she would be able to do it or not.
Even at a glance, you would know that, like, if you sat down with a book that had the stuff, you could translate it over time. It might be something a couple. It would probably take a couple projects worth of time, but
And then she's gonna look at the quills because you said, and Bill, I mean Billy would knowing you told Billy that there was some magic still in the quills. So she, especially given the fact that we've been talking so much about contracts and stuff, she's curious if the
um,
quills have anything to
the quills together, they're a set of
them.
3, and they together are a
Mhm.
familiar.
Oh.
So they are 3 quills that work in unison with one another, and they are bound to the field journal that you have, which is the books. But theoretically, they would you wouldn't hear a voice in your head, but you would have an understanding of what the meaning is, and they are there to protect the journal. But as long as it has something to do with either writing in the journal or taking a note or drawing, there are some drawings in the journal of different tunnels, and there is a large ruin drawn in the journal that looks like it's in front of a doorway that you don't recognize. But this is all here, and then there is also some kind of stone on one page that looks like it might be floating in the air.
Do any of the like tunnel systems or drawings of like maps or anything feel like they could belong to this area, especially since she spent that time studying the map up above and
With
has drawn part of
I
it?
with even without having a roll, like you look at it, and generally, yeah, it's the same kind of like it's a sketch, obviously, but
Hmm.
yeah, it's very much like they look, all the tunnels kind of look like they would be underground, this type of tunnel. It would make sense to you for them to be these tunnel systems, maybe deeper than where you're at.
Great. Well, this is awesome. I have no idea what it says, but these pictures definitely indicate that it takes place here. I probably could figure out what it says. I would probably need to switch out one of my books or an old demon dictionary, and it would take a while, but I could probably do it. I mean, this is really interesting. Did you know that I would try not to harm the journal because I think the quills would probably hurt you if you did that because they're kind of tied to the journal like magically, and they'd probably be like
As she says that,
and
they kind of
try
like
and
rear
hurt you
up, like, and they make like a claw motion, like rah, like, but like the 3 of them together.
like that. Except probably more aggressive if you actually tried to hurt the journal.
That's kind of cute.
The main quill is a long. It almost looks like a bird feather, and the top of the feathers are like blue and silver. The rest of the quills are just quills.
Would we
Yeah, I think
notice?
she's gonna mark that as a project that she wants to
Fantastic.
start undertaking.
And Grev, sorry about that. What's up?
No, that's okay. Would Grev notice Billy being off? Like, would there be enough indication physically from you, Billy, that I would know that something is either in your movement or the way you're behaving? Or are you trying to keep it to yourself? I guess that's what I'm asking.
I wouldn't say Billy's trying to keep it to himself. I guess it'd be like up to you, but I'd definitely say that like the like bounce that you've seen from Billy is like not there. Like it's been, I guess, shown that he's like very agile on his feet, and now he's kind of like shuffling around.
I'm gonna do the I'm gonna do the fatherly, like, get down on one knee and be like, "Hey, champ."
You're not in the room.
Oh, did we already leave?
Yeah,
Okay,
y'all already
Yeah, we
left.
left.
Yeah.
okay. I didn't know if we actually were in the process
No,
of leaving
yeah.
or if we had already
We're
left.
gone.
Sorry. Okay. All right, Billy, you're screwed. Sorry.
That being
Bye.
said, let's go back to you two. Actually, you guys walk out this door, and there's this opening to the cavern. I said it was about 400 feet. So
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
you know, so we got 400 feet worth of cavern until it becomes a very blank wall.
Would I be able to? Because so I have my hunter experience. Would I be able to use that experience to kind of see if there are any tracks leading away from Eno's last position and kind of would there be any indication that I could follow her somehow?
Give me I'll even give it to you on advantage, I guess. Give me a like an instinct roll on advantage.
Okay. With advantage, I'm sorry. Remind me. With
Add a
advantage, what
D6.
would I? D6. Okay. All right. Wow. Woo! I'm about to find out where she is, what she's doing, how she's feeling. She all right? That's a 23 on hope.
Oh, okay. So you can see where like the group was at one point, and then you all left one direction. And you can see her tracks kind of moving through this dirt.
Oh,
And
sorry.
this
22 on hope. Sorry. 22 on hope.
doesn't change anything.
Okay.
The tracks bring her to where there's like this small divot and then the wall. But as you are walking over, following her light footsteps, you can see where another set of tracks follow her after not being there at all for most of her walk. So you get to about where she's maybe like 10 yards from the wall, and then another set of tracks that are much heavier follow her up.
Would I be able to distinguish that the tracks are the other set of tracks besides Eno's? Would I be able to distinguish, like, is it a humanoid? Is it a beast? Is it
They look like just regular human tracks.
look regular human tracks? Hey, Tamazira. I don't know if you've been seeing this, but if you look, I'm just going to point everything out to her as we're kind of doing this. That's a little bit weird. She was definitely back here. Last time I checked, I know I'm not really good at math and I can't tell time. I understand that. But I'm pretty sure that 1 does not equal 2. So she was back here by herself. Lift was in the room with... So who the hell is this?
So
I'm pointing to the extra tracks.
I want to know if I can actually use my own experience as an assassin to determine how much bigger this other person is based on their like tracks.
Ooh, man, what a fucking question. I think
We're
that
about to Sherlock Holmes this shit, bro. We're about to do this.
Okay. I think that it would be a high roll to really, really get it because the tracks are like very lightly, like you can tell they're a little bit deeper in the dirt, but they're still just dirt tracks, like in the darkness. Like you're good in darkness though, which is why I'm allowing this. But I feel like if you give me a really good knowledge roll with advantage, because he's pointing stuff out, what you're looking at, and like you said, if you want to use a hope to add one of your assassin's things to it, I think that would make complete sense. But
Can I? I'm telepathically linked currently with Tamazira.
Mm-hmm.
Could I spend a hope to assist under the thing of maybe she's talking about looking at footprints because I asked them to keep me updated, and I just start spouting off a whole bunch of technical information that I know about
I will.
footprints and how to read that about a person.
I will let that. I will let that be Tamazira's choice.
I feel like this would be really funny. I feel like as she's in the middle of doing her like thinking about like what could this be, Cinnamon's voice just like pops up and suddenly just starts info dumping information on how to like track, and then Tamazira's like, okay, yes, this is helpful. So yeah, it'd be helpful for her.
Awesome.
Great, I will spend a hope to assist.
All right.
So what do I get on that with the assist?
So I think you have everything with advantage, and then I'm gonna take down the number you were trying to hit.
Okay. All right, cool. And advantage is just a d6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
What originally was a very high number is now a little bit less than a high number.
So I rolled 2 12s.
Whoa!
Let's
hey!
go.
I don't think I
Man.
need any of the help.
Man.
Look, all the help made
Already
it
helped.
happen. All the help
Yeah,
made
there
it
we go.
happen.
Independent right over here, huh? Dang.
Okay. So then, because you crit, I'm gonna do something else that
Okay.
Oh boy.
is a lot more fun. You're an assassin. You have been, but not only are you assassin, you are like good at this shit in the dark. And you have been put in this position with this phoenix that you don't want to be part of this whole thing. You have been just I feel like you have been on like high alert almost the entire time.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so because of this, I'm going to say that you have been just taking in everything you possibly can at all times. And you're looking at these tracks and you can see where the scrape of something next to the tracks are. And you remember that these look like Lift's tracks from when you first met her in all the dirt on that one floor. Because you remember how she walked before she dropped her hammer the first time. And then you also remember how she walked around and talked to everybody in that one room after she was given the glaive.
Mm-hmm.
And all the scrapes are the same. It's because she doesn't walk the same way as like if you had a walking stick. She drags it along with her in little gicks.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're looking at it, and these footprints are the same exact. Like you could almost exchange them for a young girl's footprints, but they're so much heavier. And that's something that struck you to be for too. Because this is a young girl that was able to pick up Grev and walk around with them and just move stuff. It never made sense to you. So you've always been keeping little tiny tabs on what was going on. And immediately you can see. And then you look back. And from here, you can see the open door. And you can see Billy kind of like picking up a book within the quills, doing things. And off to the side, there's just Lift sleeping with glaive against the back wall. But you don't feel like you're mistaken.
Mm-mm.
And I think
Everything all right, Tamazir? What'd you find out?
Hold on, I want Way to finish.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
gonna say, and I think that would it would just strike you as you're right.
So I'm gonna take a moment just like investigating these tracks for a second, and you'll just see Tamaziro like get down, kneel pretty close, like fingers on the floor, doing her investigation, and then all of a sudden she snaps her gaze back at the door, and she's gonna think to Cinnamon, there are 2 lifts somehow.
Wow, that's really interesting. And she like pulls out another book and starts looking and researching situations of what could cause there to be two of the same person besides twins.
I want to transition from there. So
Okay.
finish what you're saying, but I want to
Okay.
transition from there after that.
Cool. So as she's thinking this, she's gonna like motion to Grev to come over, and she's gonna be very quiet. She's gonna whisper, and she's just gonna say, "These are lifts. Lifts in there, and these are fresh. There are two of them."
Shit. Okay, well, wait. You let me know what happens, but Grev is gonna bolt back into the cave because Billy and Cinnamon are there, and that ain't right. And given everything that's happening right now, I would be in extreme panic mode about
Okay.
something happening to my friends.
Beautiful. So Grev turns to bolt. You open a book, and I want to that's a perfect transitioning point to go to Inokle.
Yes.
And
Oh yeah.
Inokle, you just
Let's
feel
go.
this rush of earth. You know what it feels like to be. You know what it feels like to grow out of a pod itself. Even you can feel the ground pushing around you. You feel like you are budding again from the very first seed. That must have happened a long time ago for you this time. And you are shot out and roll out, mark of stress, into onto the ground of a hard marble room. Everything around you is slick black marble with little geode pieces cut into it. There are very low lights to this room. Think little tiny red fires flickering almost off of oil lanterns. And it's a long cut hallway. Nothing's around you. There's no lift isn't there. You're just sitting in a shallow, very think like just a thumb's length of water on the floor that you know is absolutely fresh water. Below the water is this onyx marbled like walkway. If you kind of wait, the color and the sound kind of hits you all at once from you being earth melded through all this. And very far up ahead of you, think almost 100 yards, is a large brazier that is on fire.
I'm gonna look around and just. That was a little more painful than I remember. And then just a hello?
Nothing. You can hear the gentle like of the fire slamming, almost like there's some air coming from that side of the room.
I guess I want to like see if there's a spot in the floor that's like raised out of the water.
Yeah, in front of you, the water's in the circle, and it kind of like just gently comes out, but it's a walkway path down towards the large fire.
I'm gonna head that way then.
As you're walking the cut tunnel, you realize that you're looking around and there's all manners of weapons all over the walls. You can see a cat of nine tails, a large glaive, multiple types of scissors, small daggers, everything. Any weapon you can imagine is lining these walls. All of them look like they've been used a lot. You look down and you can see that your feet and some of your hands, your fingers, are off-colored. They're stained by the blood you were just sitting in.
Oh. Good thing blood is the same number of blocks as water is. I write my notes on graph paper, so
I was like,
Blood.
blocks? Okay.
Just she just a little odd, but keeps walking because like I don't know. I feel like her body should start to absorb it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would basically be like handing her a bowl of water. So
As the fire flickers, you can see that there is somebody behind it. The closer you get. This is a large, it looks like a heavily scarred, twisted up. It's missing an eye almost. Its mouth is kind of dangling. There's pieces of this thing, and you're trying. I don't know how hard you're trying to look, but it's almost like the shadows and the fire flickering makes it harder to see. If you were going to attempt to make out what it is before you get there, I would need a knowledge roll.
I guess I'll try. Let's see. This one. This one. Well. That is an 11 on... No, that is a 13 on hope because I can't add.
Okay. Are you going to keep walking while you're looking or stop?
I'm going to
Okay.
keep going.
You're watching the fire flicker, and at first you can't. It's so hard to make out. And then, upon hearing her first voice, you recognize her. But you only recognize her by voice and part of her head. Your sister Oleander, ripped up and part of her missing. The bottom of her vines stuck around the bottom of this huge chalice of fire. She says, I did not expect to see you. I can very clearly feel my night closing in, though. Sister, you know that you should not be here.
Logistically, you shouldn't be here either.
And her eye blinks. The missing piece of her head kind of just shimmers a little bit. It's almost like the plants attempt to grow back into it and then die as they hit that piece. And she says, why?
We're a long way from Chesapeake.
Where you killed me.
I don't remember being the last one to hit you, though.
I remember you not standing with your family.
You did try to kill a lot of people for no reason.
I was giving our family a better place to live.
You were disrupting the order of life.
This world doesn't need an order of life. It just needs to know which one is on top. And for you to think that I shouldn't be here, my roots grow long and the whole place shakes slightly.
I just kind of sigh as if I'm used to dealing with these tantrums.
She
And it's just
slinks around the side and she is holding not holding, her hand is like mutated around a large morning star. And she looks and says, no, Clay, you know I love you.
She just she's going to nod a little. You and our father have put me in a very bad position between your psychopathy and his warmongering.
She's gonna say a sentence that I don't think Anokle would know about, but I want to give it to you for the cause, if you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like she's talking at something behind you, or through you, or around you. And she just says, "Father is far too close to his stone, the same way despair is too close to theirs. But I have no choice but to show you something. It's the only reason I'm still here." And she's going to lift her mace and bring it down upon you as hard as she can. I'll roll to hit.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Remember, you have Tava's armor. But I can't give you another one. There.
Do I hit Anokle on a 13?
Yes.
Okay.
No, because I'm going to spend a hope
All right.
and add Heir of House Radisson to give me a +3, so it's a 15.
All right. What would you like to do back? The Morning Star cleaves downwards, and as it hits the ground pops and explodes as if something broke it with I think like almost a small explosion, and then it slowly goes and comes back together.
I think I'm going to spin and swing my scythe on her.
Mm-hmm.
That is 2 6s.
Great.
I would ask, does that hit? Like, my brain is still like, does that hit?
Sorry, my birds.
It's fine.
Sorry, my birds is like the most like random thing I've ever heard in my life. Sorry, my birds.
Yeah, I just heard like a loud crash from the other room, and I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Oh shit.
That's 11 damage.
Okay.
The amount of damage her birds did. Physical.
Okay.
Same type of damage the birds did.
Bird damage.
As you swing and the scythe cleaves onto her, her vines will run down the scythe and begin to try and hold you down. I will spend a fear. I will ask you to please roll a agility roll. As this happens, she'll say, "Sister, allow me to give you this gift. You're not going to leave here without understanding."
Excuse me. That is a 17 on fear.
Okay. Do you want to add a hope to it to make it pass?
I guess I will.
When the DM asks that question,
Yeah.
it's not really a choice. It's more like a hey,
Yeah.
spend your hope.
You'll have to add your House Radisson to it to make it pass.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll add the House Radisson. It makes more sense than the other one.
Okay. Her difficulty is 19. She will, as she's saying that, she will just lift her mace again, and it will get larger and she will attack you on advantage. It's a 15. You could spend a hope to make me miss again.
This is gonna eat all my hope.
How much hope do you have? I hope a lot.
I have a lot.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend another hope.
Because
I really.
because we are so close and locked in, as you spend that hope, you lose another because of her hope eater ability.
Oh.
That's okay.
But you may go ahead and swing if you'd like, or do whatever you'd like, as she said, as she pleads with you, for you to let her gift you this sight.
I'm gonna. I'm going to. I really need to do this. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I am going to cast a spell. Oh, good. That still makes it.
That was so creepy. She goes, I'm gonna cast a spell, and then like the AC in my house came on and it just blew cold air on me for a second.
Oh shit.
It was like the most
Perfect.
ridiculously perfect timing. The AC has only been turned on like once in my house since we moved in. Like it just was like it's so weird. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm going to cast Healing Hands on myself with a 14 on hope.
You cannot gain health points back at this point.
Oh.
No, not while you're within the vicinity of Lady Oleander, which you would actually know from before.
I don't remember that.
That was a thing.
Hey, your sister's kind of mean, eh?
I don't remember that.
Her sister was the
Sucks
big
the
bad.
life out of everything.
Her sister
I
was
know.
her sister was the big bad of a campaign.
I know. That's why I was like freaking out over here. I was like,
That's fine. Then I'll use that roll for
You used that roll to fail healing yourself.
that's. Woo!
Do you have anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Oh shit!
Technically, I didn't fail it, so
That's
it
what I'm
just
saying.
didn't
You
work.
still have a thing that you can still go. I'm just telling you, whatever that roll was, it was failing. It failed to heal you.
You know what? I'm going to use that roll. Since it was a 21. I don't want to spend a hope, but I am going to kick her
Okay.
to get her off of my scythe.
I cast kick
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
really hard.
All right.
It's a whole 3 damage.
I need you to make an agility roll because you're hitting her.
No.
No.
She's sticky like venom.
Well, it's a 22
Very nice.
on hope.
All right. She moves back the whatever range. Do you have anything else you'd like to do? You're passing so far. I haven't spent a fear yet.
Kind of want to back up a little bit because most of my spells are not going to work on her. If it is, in fact, the Oleander.
Mm-hmm.
way over here making me stressy right now.
It's only gonna get worse.
Please don't.
I will spend 2 fear to have her to spotlight her, to have her. It's shade step, but it's really just vine step. All the vines rip through the floor, and she'll appear next to you and and she'll say, "Sister, just listen," and try and bring the thing down on you again. It is a 13. Eventually, I will roll outside of this area. This is me
Almost
rolling
any
poorly.
Right.
And it's not on D&D
It is.
Beyond? What?
Don't even
Crazy.
get me started with the indie. Beyond. I couldn't roll above a 10 that whole night.
Feel that.
Do I hit you?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, more D6. Fuck. Cock dice. Okay. Oh, wow. Thanks. 1, 2, 3. See, this should have been a lot worse. But that's okay. 10, 14. It's 22 damage. I have to know if it downs you or not.
How much is Tava's armor?
1d6.
Okay. Oh, shit.
Oh,
Oh.
cool. Are you spending armor to satiate it? And would it keep you up or leave you down?
It's going to take me down regardless.
Okay.
You have 3 hope.
Oh, yeah, I do have.
Wizard's hope ability. Just pointing it out.
Except I'm afraid of what the Hope Eater is going to do if I give up my only 3 hope.
This is true. I was just reminding you. It's your choice. I was just providing backup since I am also a wizard.
Did you spend armor points?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
boy.
This morning star cleaves downwards, and as it pushes through your little mushroom cap and slams downwards into your skull, the armor begins to crack and your mushroom cap kind of begins to fall, and then she's going to quickly think of like Venom or Carnage, leave her spot and begin to push into you.
Oh no.
And you will begin to fade.
Oh no.
So as far as the death choices go in our game, which one would you be choosing? You have the 3, the 1, 2. I mean, you know them, but to reiterate for everybody, we have the you have to go down on a blaze of glory if you'd like, which I can't. I don't know what that would do here. You have the choice
Roll a
to
new character.
take it. Yeah, I mean,
Damn.
I'm not going to stop you. But it also, you have the choice to take a scar, in this case, and roll for it. And you have the other choice to just see what happens and let fate decide.
In Oakley, I feel like she would take the scar.
Nokley is going to roll for the scar.
Is there rolling for the scar?
Yes, I forget. What is the cinnamon? By all means, what is the roll for the scar?
Yes, yeah, if you roll your level or lower, you take a scar. If you roll above your level on a single D12, then you are unconscious and avoid taking a scar.
Yes.
Cool. I rolled an 11.
You are unconscious. Great. So cleave. This whole thing comes out. You can feel your mushroom cap split, and then you can feel your sister push her way into you. You know what this feels like to meld with other mushroom people. You haven't done it often. You've never had to. God knows you are a princess, and you would never defile your body this way. But this is not your choice in this moment. And you begin to see the scene of when your sister did fall to the vampire and that tall dragonborn in the citadel of Chesapeake. You can see where her body left a small bud that was then flowered and brought by one of the other floramorphs outside into the air to let it hit the other vines, and her roots brought her through back to your father's house. You can see a large sigil in the air. You've never seen this before, but you know that this is House Radisson. You know that this is your home. There's this large sigil is pulsing against the wall with inlaid, intricate, it looks like this doorway. It looks like a doorway you saw before. It almost looks like that doorway where Lift was taking everybody else. But you can see the sigil pulsing. You are looking up at it, and you can hear Lady Oleander's voice in your head. Sister, you have to see this and know. You have to stop this. We could have made a better world. And then you can feel the sigil slowly absorbing your sister and her wake up in a hallway with a demon looking down at her with a large grin. The grin slowly moves from his face to his chair, and you can feel this sad despair take over her body. And he says, "My child, Lift, I'm going to need you to go ahead and do something for me." I know her name's not Lift, but we've decided to rename her Lift. She's now Lift. I'm just saying for everybody else out there. And you realize that your sister has been a slave here as well since the day she passed. Let's go back to Grev running into a room.
Yeah, what? What is up with that? Yeah, hi.
Grev rushes into a room. Cinnamon, you're looking through a book. Billy, you are a little bit sick.
Probably napping almost at this point.
Just kind of.
Little goat ball.
Oh. Is Tamazira close behind, or are you just overseeing what's going on?
I'm gonna oversee, because I don't trust that these tracks are off this way. I'm kind of half expecting. I kind of want to investigate and see if there's any sort of like secret doorway in the brick or something.
Okay.
Like a platform of 9 3/4, perhaps, that if you run at it really, really quickly.
She's doing the Tony Stark thing of like, I'm just gonna press all these bricks in the hopes that something will move.
There you go. Yeah. I don't need you to roll. It's a pretty flat wall. Like, there's not.
Okay, cool.
You're not gonna find anything. Sorry.
Cool.
Damn, I was really hoping there was for you, Tamazir. I was really rooting for you.
It's okay.
I'm not gonna give you the chance to give me a fear on that one. I'm just gonna tell you the truth.
Fair.
I'm gonna if Grev is back in the cave, I'm football carrying Billy and Cinnamon.
To where?
And then turning it around and leaving.
Cinnamon is currently Cinnamon is you are very far away. Cinnamon has pulled out a book and is referencing instances of two of the same person, not twins, and looking at the sleeping Lift and trying to figure out what she is or what's going on beyond her saying that she's a familiar.
Okay. Great. I don't. You know what? Roll a crit.
Okay. You told me to.
I know. Go ahead. There it is. 2 7s.
2 8s.
I'll laugh if it's exactly 2 7s.
My money's on 2 2s.
It was 2 8s actually.
Good job, Grev. Was it really though? Fantastic.
No, it was absolutely 2 8s.
Fantastic.
I was not kidding. It was 2 8s.
It's really like one of those things where you're looking in with the information, you're looking at this lift that's sleeping. She doesn't have any of the scars on her from before. She looks fresh. Like you're staring at her and she is just, napping. And you know that she's not the same lift as before. But you can't figure out what's going on with her. And you're looking at her like very hard. And for a moment as she moves, you can see she kind of turns and some of the rags and the clothes about her kind of shift, and you realize that they are not clothes, but part of her actual skin that has made itself to look like clothes. It's a very hard fold to see. That's the best. Even on a crit, that's the best I got for you at this moment.
No, that's absolutely.
But
now you can pick her up.
You are 100% sure though that this is not the lift that was up above.
All right. Now you're allowed to pick her up, Greg.
Oh, thank goodness.
As Greg begins to pick everybody up, and
I'm just like, go.
Lift will sit up and kind of like scratch the back of her head like she's taking it.
Throw. No, I'm just kidding.
And just say, and she'll just say, what? I thought we were all taking naps.
Yeah. No, this is my post-nap workout. See, I hold both my friends like this, and then I go like this, and then I run.
Actually, would this be a good time for everybody to take a break?
Sure.
Yeah.
15 minutes. Let's go.
Okay.
All right. Be right back, everybody.
TTRPG nerds.
Yes, exactly. We're back after the best break I've ever had. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. Shit, where are we in the story?
Grev just
I don't know.
football
You just
carried
like
us
off
out.
one of our characters. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Oakley's dead, but where's everybody else?
Greg
Cinnamon
just
has
picked up
figured out.
Cinnamon and Billy.
That's right. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, great. And Lift woke up, and she scratched the back of her head. By the way, welcome back, everybody. Here we are. Whew. Yeah, no. And she's said, I said, I thought we were all taking naps. What's going on? And she gets to her feet.
Well, I'm still running away.
Yeah,
Billy's just
he-
confused
I'm like-
and
I'm
dazed.
still. Bye. What? I do not trust this person as far as I can throw them. Actually, I could throw them pretty far, I think, with my strength, but
You think?
I've been picked
Billy,
up, so while Greg
maybe.
is running away, I'm just kind of looking at Lift like, I don't know, because I'm just being held underarm.
She waves. She waves
Billy's-
at you.
Not good, 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 not good.
I think
Just saying
Billy's
that
just
as
confused.
back.
Just, okay, what is going on? Why?
I turn and look at Billy because both of our heads are in the same direction, and I'm like, that's not the Lift from before. That's a different Lift. Also, her clothes are her skin. It's really weird. I saw this like seam, but not a seam, and so yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Okay.
And I'm just saying that as like Rev is
I want
Like,
Grev.
carrying us under his arm.
I just want Grev to overhear the one sentence. Her clothes are her skin as he runs. Like
What? What?
Y'all come back to Tamazira just like, that was not the course of action I was expecting. Like,
Oh, you thought I was gonna let them die there, did you? No.
that was also
No.
not what I was expecting. I was expecting more investigation to happen before you decided to run off.
Well, by the time we're investigating and she
In
wakes up and
Tamazira's
kills our
head,
friends.
in Tamazira's head, she just hears, I wasn't gonna fight, Grev. That sounds like a terrible idea.
And you set me down when you get a chance.
Lift is
Well, I'm
gonna.
sitting you down now. I just wanted to be out of the room.
Yeah, Lift
Send
is
you
gonna
guys- yeah,
walk
I'm
to the
out of the room.
doorway, the archway. Lift will walk to the archway, there where the door is, and she'll kind of just like she's still like doing the whole like going through the motions of like I was sleepy type of thing. She's rubbing her eyes, and she's gonna say, "So, what kind of investigation are we doing?"
I don't trust you.
Noted.
Billy just kind of slides down against the wall, curls back up into the goat ball. That's it. There's nothing else.
Okay, but who are you really? Because you're clearly not the Lift that we know.
Hmm.
Yeah, don't try to pawn it off like you are. You're not.
She looks at her hands and looks back and goes, "I'm Lift."
Yeah, take off your shirt real quick. Well, that came out wrong. I didn't mean to say. Nope, that's not what I meant.
Wait,
That's
don't
not.
do
That's
that.
not what I. Hold on. That's not what I meant, guys. That's not what I meant. That's not how I meant it.
Didn't
It
she
sounded worse when I
already-
said it out loud, but when I said it in my mind, it sounded very clever.
She did.
Can you
say
take off
she
your
was
jacket?
Grev, just stop talking. Just stop giving away all of our secrets. Just shush.
This is the most Grev moment ever. Take off your shirt.
Take off your shirt.
She's gonna pull. She pulls at the clothes and she goes, "I can't. It's part of me."
See?
Yeah,
I
that's
was
not
right.
normal.
Why?
What?
Cinnamon is currently like leaned over, like face way too close to Billy's face, and is just like kind of poking him, trying to figure out what's wrong.
Okay. Actually, if you would like, you could give me a. I would say this would be either a knowledge or instinct roll. I'm gonna go with knowledge. I think it's an analyze type of thing.
Okay. I am going to spend a stress to double my experience to dang curious.
Okay.
For a second, I thought that was another crit, but it's a 9 and a 6. 19, 22 with fear.
It looks like he probably, like, you know what it looks like when somebody has like food poisoning or some kind of like you know what it looks like when people have been poisoned, but this is not like a major, like, this isn't like a life-threatening poison. This is like a slow somebody down type of poison.
Yeah.
But it is still a.
Do I know how to hurry along its its process within him?
It's one of those things where like he either needs a lot of rest or you would need to know how to heal. And this would be like one of those things where like if you could cleanse him or kind of if you had somebody who was really good with poisons, they could make an anti-poison type of thing, but I don't really think any of you really fall into that category unless Anoka gets back and can do something. But I don't even know if she can. But it's one of those things where like rest, and the more he can stay off his feet, the better.
Do you want me to levitate you so you don't have to walk? I could just levitate you wherever we're going. Where are we going?
Lift is gonna say, "Yeah, where are we going?" Take another step closer.
Nope. No.
Why are there two of you?
Oh, that's a good question. Why are there two of you? And where's the other one? And where's Eno?
How about we focus on the first question? Why are there two of you?
Lift will lean in and say, "Where's the other one?"
Tamazira is just going to point to the tracks on the floor that are leading to the wall. I don't know. You tell me.
Is she made of like rock, like the other things that were moving around?
She made like rock. Oh no, she's not.
Yeah.
At first I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Oh
yeah,
yeah."
no, like the ints and the constructs from like early on. Yeah.
No. She not. You don't have to roll. You wouldn't have to roll for this. She looks very different. You would be able to tell. She looks at Tamazira, or she's gonna look at Tamazira and say, "I think that maybe we could just take a walk keep going where we're supposed to be."
Is there an insight check that I can do while this is happening?
Right,
Is there like anything I can do? Like, this is this is BS. I want to know if can I roll something?
I also have a thing that I'm gonna do because of where Tamazira pointed out the tracks.
Wow, there's a lot.
But Greg can go first.
I mean, okay, so what are you trying to insight about?
Does she genuinely seem like she doesn't know there are two of them?
No, she's lying.
Thank you for letting me roll my insight check.
So when I touched the wall, nothing happened earlier, right?
No.
Can I do?
And what does Cinnamon want to do? Go ahead.
Cinnamon, you pointed out the tracks that just disappear. Cinnamon's gonna cast Reveal to see if there is a hidden door or a hidden hole or a hidden anything where the tracks disappeared.
Sorry, somebody screamed in my house, and I was just making sure it wasn't something serious. Do you have to roll anything for a reveal?
Yeah, it's reveal specifically says make a spellcast roll. If there's anything hidden within close range that the roll would succeed against, it is no longer hidden.
Okay, go ahead.
And then I'm also going to send a stress for things outside the box. Okay, that is it's a 17 with fear.
I'm gonna give you two pieces of information just so this is okay. There is nothing hidden in the wall.
Hmm.
But there's nothing to be found either. So like you didn't fail the roll, if you get what I mean. Like it's on fear and all, but like to stop you from being like, I'm gonna cast this a million times until I get something. I'm just gonna let you know that this is like you do it. There's nothing, and I mean, reveal is a spell. So as it goes off, and as everybody is questioning her, Lift will just say, "Are you looking for something?"
Someone.
And she'll look around and say, the little mushroom child."
I think she prefers to go by Eno. An Clay? I think it's Eno. But whatever, yes. That one.
Without taking her eyes off Tamazira as well, because Lift is now she's talking to all of you as a collective, but like she's also like, Tamazira will stab me.
Yes.
like she's keeping the distance, but also knows that there is no actual distance between her and Tamazira when there's a dark.
Yeah.
She's gonna say, I took my sister where she couldn't be found by my master.
Her
Hmm.
sister?
Wait,
Is
what?
she in any danger?
Wait,
These-
are you the crazy
Her
lady?
clothes are a part
Did
of
you
her
make
spell.
all these things
No,
that are trying to
no.
kill us?
She's just you see Billy's like a little kind of tired. She's a fungal person. That explains why Nokley kept
But she
asking why
said
she's
sister,
blocking
and Eno
everything.
said the thing about her sister making the thingies. So did you make the thingies?
Eno has such a
Oh.
big mouth. And she just,
I mean, not really. It took a lot to get even that information out of her.
Lift is gonna look very quizzical for a second, and then noted, and then she's gonna look up at the ceiling, and she's just gonna say, "He's so much closer," and she sounds worried.
He's so much closer? Is that what she said?
Yes.
Wait, so hold on. I'm so confused right now. So this lift here is not is a simulacrum of lift, but it's actually Eno's sister pretending to be lift.
Is this maybe more like Eno can speak with these fungal creatures and
Mhm.
stuff, and maybe it's the case that if her sister has similar abilities, she's just speaking through another body. Her brain, her mind isn't limited to just where she is, it's who she's connected to.
So what is lift then? This lift in front of us. What
This-
is she then?
She
Well,
is
she's her
and
sister.
isn't her
Obviously.
sister.
Without
Just
Lift,
maybe different.
here I got you. Without Lift actually like taking a quote from everything and saying, "We are Legion," she'll just say, "We're the collective."
Bingo. Cowboy gets it again. Case solved.
And then I guess to answer Cinnamon, still looking at Tamazira, because if you disappear, she is going to move. I'm just saying it out loud. Still looking at Eno, or not Eno, Cinnamon. She'll say, "All of my children are the things chasing you currently. Yes, they are not. They're sadly not under my control anymore."
And who's he?
She's gonna get real upset and then stare back upwards at the ceiling and say, "You'll meet him soon." And everything will start slowly shaking, and you can feel you'll see some, what are they called? Are they
Stalactites.
are the ones in the ceiling?
Tight to the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah. That some of them will start to crack and fall, and none of them are big enough to hurt anybody. They're just like it's like, the ceiling kind of coming. But then
Sure.
you'll see a large hole rip open and some metal fall through it, and during that big long way with all the different ropes and stuff.
Yeah.
You hear a shh, like a snapping, and you can watch. You watch as all of these. It looks like a hand of vines slowly just move them out of the way to bring something downwards. Outside, the hand will hit the ground and it will crack open. Think like a Saiyan pod with the little
Yeah.
Wonderful.
and
Okay, great.
and stepping out of it will be a knight in very beautiful armor. And lots of twigs, and like his whole body looks like he has been taken over by mushrooms. And he will look around. He'll look at Grev first, and he'll be like, "God, you're big." And
Let's go, big boy.
and then he's gonna look at everybody else and go, "Where the fuck is Inoklay?"
Working on it.
Well, you should ask her sister. She said if you took him so that you couldn't get to her.
Lift is leaving.
It's the one that's leaving.
Like Lift is like
I would
walking
like to
into her room.
teleport behind her,
There you
or
go.
really in front of her,
Well, I
like where
point
she's
at her.
moving.
There you go. Yeah.
I just want to materialize just right in front of her. Like, where do you think you're going?
That was so sad. It's like Hulk and like Thor Ragnarok when Thor's like, Hulk, stop hitting it. He's like, but big monster. I feel like Graver's just standing there like ready to fight, and nobody's behind him anymore. Like you guys have all left, and I'm just like, okay,
You materialize in front
we're
of
not fighting.
You materialize in front of Lift, and she stops. She's really close to you because you're like right there, and she's gonna say, "You don't want to be here either if he's here."
I'm still trying to figure out if Inoklay's in any danger.
Inoklay's not alive.
Really,
right
we
now.
just want to find Eno, and you said you took her. So could you take us where you took her?
I'm sorry. Back up that last sentence.
I love this. Wait, this is the best. She says he's not alive. Cinnamon says that at the same time, and Lift is gonna say, "You know, that's a really good idea," and she's going to try and grab Tamazira.
Excuse me. No,
And
thank
tried
you.
to grab Tamazira too.
Well,
Hello?
I'm gonna grab Cinnamon.
you all are not
Let's do
anywhere
this.
near them. He is.
Oh, I know,
'cause
I know.
he army.
I know.
I can teleport though.
Ooh, are we all gonna agility roll this?
I
Yep.
can teleport, so I'm trying to
Why
teleport.
not?
Okay.
Yep.
Literally, could
Right,
I
to
spend a
Tamazira.
stress to just shadow step?
I still need the agility roll to see who is fastest.
Damn it.
I'm also gonna add the knight into all this though to see who is fastest.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna give you
I am
numbers.
spending a hope to add things outside the box.
Okay, I'm gonna give you
But
numbers.
who
I'm gonna
jumps
give you
to
numbers.
teleporting?
I'm gonna give you numbers to hit
Okay.
real quick. Okay, so Lift rolled a 17 for her speed, and Clear Day now. And Clear Day got a 19.
Cool. I rolled.
will-
I also rolled. Well, actually, it's a 20. 20 with hope. So
So, at first I rolled a 1 and a 4, but my 1 was on my hope dice, so I get to re-roll that
Mhm,
because of one of my racial features, and I rolled a 4, so I crit.
Okay, so I think that what did you roll, Billy?
Oh, I haven't even rolled yet.
Billy's
I
like,
was
I'm not
gonna
doing
wait
this.
to see. I was gonna ask.
I
if
got a
could
four-
do my
I got a
swashbuckler
14.
Stuff,
Okay.
But
So
I'll-
Grev,
I got a 14.
Grev goes to be like, no, what the hell? And then you see Lift say, that's such a good idea, and she puts her hands up. A door teleporter like comes to the side of Tamazira, and Tamazira begins to shadow. Like are you shadow stepping away? Is that what you said?
yeah, I'm shadow
shadows-
stepping.
The shadows like go through and then like just go through the door because the whole thing happened. So you teleport back to where she was from the door, and she just I think that
And now I'm there.
on a crit you're just like bye and close the door. I feel like you just open it and close it for her. So like now Tamazira, you all are now lined up back where Grev is. and
Nice.
she is alone. And through all of that, you just see the knight. He like raises his hand, and all of this. It looks like the ground just opens up and just encloses around her with her head sticking out. And then it hardens. And he just says,
No.
okay, so... And he points to her and goes, why are we calling that thing her sister?
She
'Cause she
said
said
she
she was.
was.
Well, the correct term, I believe, was the collective.
Well, no, she said sister, and then she also said that she made those things, and Eno said that her sister made those things. So they may be part of the collective, because that was also mentioned. But I really do think it's her sister.
He looks at you. He's like stare. If there was ever like a dead poker face, this man is giving you nothing. Like there is no life in his face whatsoever. As he stares at you, he could just tell he's like tired. And he's just like, okay. Do any of you happen to
I telepathically connect with him, and I say in his head, "You should smile more."
The second you try and telepathically connect with him, you would get such a feedback. It would feel like 100,000 things were all screaming at once.
Oh, you should still smile more. You should probably say that out loud.
And he's gonna say, let's just talk out loud. Okay. Are you all Nogle's new friends for the minute?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a good way to put it.
Fantastic. I'm her handler. My name is Clear Day. Can you point me in the direction of Inocle so that I can go get her and we can leave?
I point at the ground.
Billy points in the wrong direction.
I'm just pointing anywhere.
And then he's gonna look at this thing that he's caught and say, I can't sense her, which means that you're what? And she's just gonna look and she's gonna say, my knight, you don't recognize me.
Sister.
And it's gonna like all slowly like, because Cinnamon talks really fast, so like the stuff that Cinnamon has said is slowly now getting to him, and he's like, and he's gonna stop and say, Anokle's sister was killed in the capital of Chesapeake, but
I don't know. I wasn't
Yeah, it's
there. All I
almost-
know is she said sister.
It's
And that
almost
she
like
made
we
the things.
needed. It's almost like we
And that she
needed
took
more
her.
information from Inocle.
Mm.
It's almost like we needed more information from the one person I was trying to get information from. I would have a much better picture. Grev is just frustrated and sad and just like, whatever.
Grev, do I hit you on a 14?
You sure do.
Great. He lifts his hand and a large like vine thing just slams into your forehead. And what would you like to ask, Grev? What information you want?
Oh, all of it.
Oh boy.
Cool.
Oh, no.
Over the course of like
All of it.
over the course of like, we'll say 8 seconds, you see Lady Oleander, who is this beautiful, huge like mushroom woman with like this huge gown, cast Modify Memory over the course of an entire kingdom. You watch it like go through. She kills the king. She makes these giant floor morphs. These things begin to infest everybody. She says she's about to die, and through Inokle's eyes, you see her say, "It doesn't matter if you kill me." As she dies, I've already done it. I used the trade route to spread all of my people from everywhere. Our world will be found no matter what. You see all of the people around the trade routes, stomachs open up. You understand that the Three Rings is infested as well. Therefore, all the trade routes have been infested. They've brought floor morphs to the entire continent over the course of a month. You see Inocle look over and say, well, now I have to, like, you see Inocle like walk away from the people that killed her sister and start to move towards the sand. Towards the desert, at least. You see him say, I'm supposed to stay with you. She slips away from him, and then you watch him just go through the travel of catching back up to her, and you hear her talking to him throughout time, which you already know about because she was with you when it was happening. You see the whole thing.
I'm gonna take a second after this and go.
You take 3 stress.
Fuck!
And then he like rips the thing out of your head, and as it leaves a bunch of pink fungus on you that heals the spot that he stabbed you.
Ow, asshole! But thank you.
I answered
Appreciate
your questions.
that. You did. Maybe some heads up would be nice. You don't just want to like fucking.
Oh, what happened, Brev?
If I give you heads up, you'll flinch.
So much. I don't think you know me well enough to know that I flinch, but that's okay. I still appreciate it either way.
He's gonna look at you and say you'd flinch.
God, I want to hit this fucking guy so bad.
Yeah. Listen.
I don't even know where to begin. So we need to find an Oakley like yesterday, as fast as humanly possible. She is probably in very, very, very big danger. Her sister kind of fucked up. Not gonna lie, pretty fucked up. Not good. Wants to infest everything. Everything. There's so much. Next rest, I'll go more into it. But for now, we need to hurry up and find an Oakley.
That all sounded like information we already knew, but okay.
Your name is, you see Billy like kind of like pushes some stuff up, looks to Clear Day. You're who?
I am the knight of the Gallerina Clear Day.
Clear Day. Whatever this arch thing is part dragon. The people that are dealing with the Nocley are somehow involved with demons or something like that. And the guy that runs this place is nowhere to be seen, but lady you got captured over there said he was down here somewhere. What I imagine...
Oh, and not just any dragon, Cinderlace, and apparently his heart is here somewhere too.
There we go. Okay. Let's go to Nocley for a minute.
Oh, she's dead. All right, back to us.
Right, still dead.
You see all this stuff happen. Like, you see all the things. Like, she shows you. Your sister is showing you the archway that exists down below Radisson. That looks like the archway up above. She shows you the sigil. You see this other thing below the sigil writing. It looks mildly like that demon you saw. That took her over. And then you come to in front of this chalice on fire. As you breathe, you realize that you're breathing like a human would breathe for the first time. The air fills lungs that you've never had before. It hurts. You breathe out hot air. You don't feel like a mushroom. You can feel skin on you.
Oh, shit.
Reaction. You can give yourself back a health if you'd like.
Probably a moment of panic.
You start to panic. You can see that you have dark, like very dark, weather-worn, tanned skin. Think like what a First Nation or Native American would have. Mm-hmm. Your palms look like they have been used profoundly. They're scarred up. You can see your knuckles have deep black and blue bruises on them. Your body hurts. It aches. But while you panic, there is There is reflective water on the floor. If you'd like to take a look at yourself.
I don't know. During this panic, it's kind of a struggle to breathe. Is this how it breathes? Vaguely, like, trying to remember watching other people breathe. Like, she tries to remember Ruby didn't breathe. Ruby didn't breathe. Saphira breathed. Hamlet breathes. How does it raises?
She's like, people I know breathe.
People I know breathe. How does this work?
I've seen this one time before, I think.
Right.
Like trying to mimic the motions with her chest, and it's like a gasping and not really meaning to look into the reflection, but it's just like a movement that catches her eyes.
Give me a knowledge roll.
Looking at all these dice, forgetting which one is a D12. That is a 15 on fear.
Perfect. For a second, you don't recognize this girl. She has beautiful eyes that reflect the world in front of her, which just happens to be thin water and you. They're the same color, that nice, beautiful pink and purple color that Anokle is herself. And her skin is almost fresh, but you can see, you're looking at her, and then you just hear your sister, "Oh, don't worry, you'll remember now." And then you hear your father's voice telling you to rise, to listen, to understand that you're part of House Radisson. He's giving you that speech that he's giving a speech to everybody. And you watch as the girl's hair, your hair, hardens and begins to cusp itself into a large mushroom. And you watch as the girl's skin takes over and purses and cracks as the mushrooms itself take over. It's like what are those large pertrial mushrooms or whatever it is? You watch as this girl's skin becomes infested, and you're born again, the same way you were, however old you are. No, Clay, I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm so sorry. Like 100,
Very old.
fucking 200 years ago or whatever.
200 years old.
But the very first time you were born, but the part that you never had before was that your father had to kill somebody to infest them with you. And House Radisson is built upon a temple that protects one of the seals. And you recognize the seal now because you were a temple keeper. You were one of the seal's guardians. You're supposed to make sure that the seals stay shut, because those are the things that keep away all the gods. Not the good, not just the good, but the bad too. And then it hits you. The one upstairs is broken. The one upstairs doesn't have a sigil in it. And then you hear a roar in your head as Clear Day upstairs kills Lift. And all you hear is, "Just tell me where you are so I can bring your friends back to you and we can all go home."
I should have wrote this down.
I can recite it.
Hey,
for
it's
you
okay. You know
later.
what? This is recorded, so you can
Oh,
always
yeah.
go back and listen to the entire
No,
thing.
no. Wait for it.
God help
And
me.
Clear Day just hears, "Oh, Fistelina Hypatia."
Oh yeah, because you don't curse.
You made it.
What do you mean I made it? If these people aren't your friends up here, we're gonna have to kill a lot of things. You all can hear him. He's talking out loud.
Dude, the fuck?
Oh, are you Eno? Can you tell her I said hi and that we miss
Is
her?
she
And
okay?
if she's alive, she should, help us find her.
He's gonna point right to Tamazir and say, "This is my favorite one."
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Inokle's going to answer him and be like, "Is there a moody shadow one?"
It's my favorite one.
I assumed. And a small goat.
Are you a goat?
Billy looks up, kind of sticks one of his legs out, half.
Half goat.
Okay. The big guy's really nice. The little one is the librarian, and I think I'm further down.
Down. If I come down anymore, we're gonna have to kill the flowers to get back out.
I
Can
think
you
we're going to
come up
have
this
to
way?
do that.
Well, we have to go down anyways because we've already started a contract, all of us, and who knows what they'll do if we don't find him.
He's gonna look at her with the most disgusted look. Like, this is the first time his face changes. And he's gonna say, "What are you making contracts with in the desert? Nobody should live here, let alone...
A demon?
These are not your friends." That's all he says back.
Well, we didn't know. We figured that out. Apparently, just by coming here looking for a wish, we started a contract. And, well, if we just leave, who knows what that demon will do with that contract that started. I don't know what he'll do. He could just, enslave me for life or something. I don't know. But I'd really rather get my partially started contract figured out so that I at least know what I'm getting myself into.
Have you ever been to any of the dragon temples that are popped up around Chesapeake?
Well, is this one? Because I talked to Cinderlace and he was freaking out.
We're not talking about Cinderlace right now. Have you ever been to one of the temples around Chesapeake?
Nope. Mostly spend my time on the coast. I'm from Returval.
Coast. Great. One day I will introduce you to somebody that you can talk at forever. But for right now, we have two things we have to do. One, I'm going to throw you all away so you can go find
What?
Anokle.
Why are you throwing us away? We're helpful.
And, and if he could cast silence, he would. But like he mimics he mimics the whole ability of this is how you cast silence. He knows how to do it. He cannot do it anymore at this age. And he's just gonna say, "I will send you to Anokle. You all bring her back up here. I will investigate what you said is Cinderlace, right?"
Yeah, and a piece of his heart. He really wanted me to find it. He offered me a deal for power, but power's not really my thing. So I didn't do that, but kind of freaking crazy that Cinderlace is here. His bones is in the archway. I touched it and put magic in it and talked to him.
So you can send us at any time. Whenever you feel like it. Like right now.
Where you all pointed in a bunch of different directions. I would also like to note that the way he killed this thing is he just squeezed her until she was no more. Like the stones just collapsed in on her until there was nothing left of lift.
Man,
That's terrifying.
Did you know there's another one, right?
And he did it without looking or talking about it. He just, while he was speaking, it just happened.
You do know there's another lift, right? That's not the only lift.
It's the collective. It's fine. It's just remnants of her memory.
Okay.
Which
Anyways, do you want any more information from me? I could give you a play-by-play of everything that's happened, or are you going to send us on our way? I'm pretty sure she went that way because that's where the track stopped.
Fantastic.
At least that's what Tamazir
Thank you. He'll walk over to where the tracks are and he'll look around and he will just like put his hands on the wall and move back, and he is going to mold earth until the whole wall shatters, and it's going to make a large hole going down, and it's a very large runway. But as it does that, the whole place shakes, and you can hear the screeching and everything else of these things from other floors like we did before.
Okay, time to go.
Is it slidable or is it like walking?
You could slide
Or is it a drop?
Billy's
Billy's probably the only one who could walk it because he's a goat.
He's the
but
He's
like
the goat.
it's slidable in the way that like you won't get hurt sliding down it. And it is, and also as he breaks it, it's like a smooth, it almost looks like marble and geode. And you almost can hear Inocle talking in the distance.
Okay.
Oh,
I jumped down the hole.
Time to go.
Billy down.
Wait a second. Where's Timazir?
Started moving. I gave up talking and just started moving.
Okay. I'm gonna jump in last.
Okay.
Cinnamon is holding a levitation spell for herself in case we like pop out of a ceiling.
No, it's like kind of slides you into I described like the long hallway before and the chalice that has the fire in it, and it like kind of ruptures behind that, and you would fall or slide like along where the chalice is. So not into it or anything, but like behind it. And Inocle, you have a choice. As all this is happening, as the wall begins to open up, you just hear very faintly your sister's voice. You should hide me.
Where is she?
Just don't tell him I'm inside your head.
Oh. I feel like I'm never going to hear the end of this. But she looks at everyone else, and you just hear this exclaim of, oh, wait, I need the word. Bavista Pilla!
All right.
And you assume it's in the place of some form of cuss word.
I agree.
Are
Billy
you-
stumbles out the hole.
Does it look like Eno to us?
Oh, yeah, no, it's Eno.
Okay.
Well, this is a heck of a place you found. All right. Step one is down. Now, how do we get back up?
Are we going up? I still want to figure out what's going on with my contract.
Is there further? I don't feel like further down is a very good idea considering the devil you do and devil you don't we've already encountered.
Well, we don't know that it's more down. In fact, we don't know where it is at all.
How do you land down here, Tamazira?
Gracefully.
Very good. It's very dark. And
Ooh, good.
the whole thing, very, very small flickers of firelight. At the other end, you can see where the like circle was. Where Inocle started originally. There is a doorway at the other end of the hallway.
I would like to investigate that.
You would find the little pool of blood in front of the doorway that Inocle was sitting in at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And the doorway itself is a large double door that looks like it was made out of maybe skin.
Hello.
What kind of skin? You can't really tell. Just old, petrified.
Goody.
Tamazira, did you run off again? Are you here?
No, I'm still in the same room. I'm just investigating the doorway.
Oh! Oh, you're over there. I didn't see you. It's really dark. Could you, keep talking?
Follow
I
the
can
sound
fix
of my
this. And she
voice.
waves her wand and just lights up the whole room.
Ooh, it you start to do it and the room eats the light.
Do I get light around me, or does it eat all of it?
It's like it is pulled into all the firelights.
Hmm. Yeah, can you keep talking? I can't really see very well. Could you, locate me? You're at a door?
Follow the sound of my voice. Just
I
keep
do my
following
best.
the sound of my voice. Like, she's just very monotonous.
No,
like,
yeah.
just
I think
keep going.
Billy looks to Grev in this moment. And he doesn't say anything, but I think there's a subtle agreement of if something pops up to fight, we get dibs.
Speaking of, is that beautiful array weapon wall still around?
The entire wall is covered in weapons. Both walls.
Great. Is there anything that looks particularly interesting to me? As in, is there a check I can make to see if there's anything? Because giving my mother's background in trade and different materials that she may have acquired and different goods, would I have a keen eye that I could look out for anything that looks of really good quality or even magical?
There's nothing magical. Everything on the walls is going to be if you wanted to switch to another type of weapon, you could here. But
I was more thinking of just taking an extra one with me, just to have.
You can take an extra one with you. Nothing is going to be above a common level. These are all torture weapons, or just things that were used to torture people. In the way of they're all blunted, they're all old, they're all covered in lots of blood.
Okay.
Old and corrosive.
Would I be able to find anything with a chain? There's anything that has a chain on it. I don't care about the weapon itself. I just want a long...
There's tons of whips and cat o' nine tails. Like I said, there are definitely things that are chained.
I just need the chain itself is what I'm after.
Yeah, go for it.
Because I want to essentially find a way to connect the chain to my hollowed axe and basically be able to whip that thing at long range.
Yep.
And I want to be able to pull it back.
No worries, Kratos. I got you.
And thank you very much. I'm glad you knew where I was going with that. Yep. Appreciate it. Thank you. Good luck.
Very good. All right. So you grab. I would say you grab the cat of nine tails and pull apart the chain.
Okay. Great.
So that takes a little bit. I would say Tamazira, you have full reign to decide what's going to do on the door. But also, I would say that Anokle, you are also spotlighted here. So it's just Tamazira and Anokle. What would you two be doing currently through all this?
So this doorway, can I look through it? Is it open? Is it closed? What can I determine from it? What is on the other side? I'm just trying to investigate before we step in or anything like that.
Give me a. I guess give me a finesse roll, but it's not super high. You've been looking at it for a while, or a minute, so
Excuse me. Finesse. 14 with hope.
It's not trapped. It's not a booby trap door at all. It's not even locked. It's just a closed double door that you will not know what's behind it till you open it. And you can tell that whatever is behind it is dark. What?
I said made of flesh.
Yes, made of flesh.
Yeah, made of skin. I would like to sneakily open the door a crack to
Mhm.
take a look inside.
Okay, cool. We'll do that in just a second. Anokle, what are you doing?
She probably would have walked closer to Tamazera, and there's just this quiet moment of Claire doesn't like anybody.
Why? She doesn't know what that has to do with her, so she's like, why are you telling me this?
He said you're his favorite. I assume of this group. But he didn't like the
Oh.
last ones at all, so.
Okay. She's just like, that doesn't make me feel any better.
She's just.
Marco!
I feel like Tamazira is like, I don't want any more friends.
Tamazira's like, everybody keeps calling me their favorite, and I don't know who any of these people are. I just got to know Greg because we had to spend 3 months together. Like, damn.
Told you, best friend.
As Grev is like pulling the chain apart, this entire place like shakes heavily, and there is a large roar.
Oh boy.
Could everybody roll me a strength check and then a presence check, please? This is a
I
reaction.
have a negative one to my strength.
I need.
Can I use quick hands to help?
If you'd like. This for the strength roll, I'm looking for an 18, and for the presence, I'm looking for a 22.
Is this strength roll to remain standing by chance?
The strength roll is to remain standing is among a bunch of things. But
I
yes.
will ask this. Would my swashbuckler experience help with this?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I'll ask that then.
Would my Ridgeborn steady feature help me at all with this?
Oh yeah, sure.
I mean, it says I have advantage on rolls too. It's more like to traverse dangerous cliffs and ledges, navigate harsh environments.
No,
blah,
I
blah,
think
blah,
I
blah,
think
blah.
that sounds great.
What was,
Yeah.
the,
Okay.
what was the presence one
Presence is
again?
Presence is 22.
Okay.
So I rolled
Oh,
a
actually-
19 on strength.
Actually, I lied. You all need to roll it except for Cinnamon.
Oh,
Oh.
so I don't have to roll either of those?
Nope.
Okay. That's good.
Rolled
I
an-
failed both of them.
I rolled a 19 on fear for the strength,
Mm-hmm.
and a what is that? You said presence, right?
Yes.
21 on presence, on hope.
Cool. You passed the strength one, so you stay,
Yes,
you
but
s-
I failed the
you
other
stay
one.
up. But everybody. So everybody who passes the strength check, you stay standing, in the
don't.
same spot that you are. If you fail it, you're prone and 20 feet in whatever direction you feel like you need to go.
Oh,
Okay.
well.
I rolled a 15 on strength on hope, and then I rolled a 23 on hope for presence.
Okay. The presence roll was to stop the screaming in your head as this loud roar deafens you.
Oh,
Oh.
So
Oh no.
whoever failed the
Love
presence roll is deafened. During this loud roar, you just hear in your head, Cinnamon, this is the last chance you'll have to take my bargain.
Oh, great.
Are you offering me anything else?
There is nothing greater than power in this world, child. With power, you can get anything you desire.
No. And she's like already flinching when she says no.
You say no? Okay, you say no, and the deafening wave rolls over you, and you get deafened. And there's like this moment where like everybody it feels like a flashbang went off. So everybody who stays standing, stay standing. It deafens you. You all may remove your hope. It takes away all your hope.
Oh,
If you fail the presence?
If you fail the presence roll, you remove your hope.
Okay, good. I don't have to. Yay.
where?
Do I remove all of my help because I said no?
No.
Or do I have to make
No,
a
you're
roll?
just deafened.
Oh.
Ooh, excuse me.
If you failed the strength roll, you may add 3 stress to yourself.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
If you failed the strength roll, you may add 3 stress to yourself.
Having a
What
real
happens when
bad
I'm at
day.
max and I can't go more?
Then you're vulnerable.
Hey, I'm vulnerable.
Yep. Anokle, what happened with you?
Oh, I failed the strength roll.
Okay.
Like I failed it on fear.
Okay. You go like ping-ponging back down the thing, and Clear Day is gonna catch you in one arm as you like fall into him 20 feet away, and he's gonna like stand you up now with his hand firmly on your back, like holding you, like almost like, you know, like a father finally getting a hold of his kid and like the like that was running around the mall, and he's like holding you, and he's like, you know, we're gonna have to figure out some kind of system where you can't just disappear on me.
And
This
this
is
deep
one-
moment is just broken by Cinnamon yelling, Marco! Because she's deaf and she can't see in the dark.
Right.
So,
He is holding, there's blood all over him, all over his arm, and there are like fragments of the like pieces of heart all over his hand as he has just torn up Cinderlace's piece of heart, which you heard the roar from. And he's gonna look
Wait,
down.
what?
That's
Wait, what? What?
That's what Clear
What?
Day just did. That's why you
Yep,
stayed up
he's-
there. That's why you all went first. And he's gonna sit there and he's just gonna
I
discard
can't
it.
hear anything. Cinderlace's really angry in my head. I said no. Hello?
I think Billy's having a bad day after being launched 20 feet and now being
Oh, poor
unable to
Billy.
hear while like being poisoned, like ping pongs off the ground. He kind of like gets up dazed for a moment, looks around, real confused, not feeling great, and he sees Cinnamon shouting and realizes that he can't hear her. And even though there is a overlying fear in his mind, there is a brief moment of relief that passes through his head as he sees her just her mouth moving, but no sound is there. And he just kind of smiles in the quiet and plops down and just sits there.
He's gonna Clear Day is gonna point, like make sure Grev can see him, and with it, like the bloody hand, he's gonna point to the one that's Cinnamon, and he's just gonna like gesture you to go get her.
Hello? I can't see anything.
I'm gonna
and I
pick her up.
can't
I'm gonna
hear.
pick her up, and
Hello?
I'm just gonna carry her and just drop her.
Oh,
Okay.
hi, Grab.
Okay, so
Are you okay?
while all of that is happening, while everything was going crazy, I never asked him, Azir, did you fail the presence check?
By one.
Okay. So were you still creaking the door open to look?
Mm-hmm.
So you creak the door, you don't fail the strength check. So you like open the door just enough. It doesn't, nothing's crazy. Like by the door opening, like you don't like slam the door open, like the roar doesn't throw it open. You still have that like little crease to see in. You can't hear, but you can see the tall demon from the very first day. And he kind of like leans down and puts his hand and looks and puts his hand out, and he's like beckoning for you to just come in. He's speaking, but you can't hear anything he's saying.
I'm gonna do that like I just lost a very important sense kind of thing of like I'm very disoriented now, so even though I'm like looking through, I'm just like like she's just like
And then like a flashbang, all of the sound slowly rolls back into you, and it's as Grev walks up with Cinnamon going, Marco! Like, the whole thing just, all of it comes back together.
Bad timing. Bad timing.
Yeah,
Wow, I
she's
can hear now. Can you hear? Can you hear? Can everybody hear? I think I can hear.
Cinnamon! Josh!
Ah, I can hear. That's good. That was terrible. It was awful not being able to see or hear at the same time. I don't know how people do it.
Okay. So,
Zero.
Tamazira and Tamazira, it's up to you to decide what you're doing at this moment.
yeah. And right now, I'm gonna step through the door.
Very good. Um, the door.
I'm gonna close it behind me.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it very pointed. I'm closing the door behind me.
The door closes. There is a outline of purple, and it is locked.
Fair enough.
We're gonna stick with Tamazira for a second, and I'll let y'all freak out in a second. Tamazira, by all means, you are standing in front of, what was his original name?
Please.
Valise.
Morning, man.
Thank you, Valise. And the room is low lit the same way the other room was. So little specks of these these oil lanterns along the side that they have like strings that almost like they're holding, like they're kind of like supposed to be floating, but you don't really see where the strings go to. There's no real sense of
Ceiling or anything?
Yeah, there's no real sense of a ceiling here.
Okay.
It's just him kind of sitting in this shadowy, pilfery, almost pillowy darkness. And you are the only one that would realize that this is a spell. This is a spell that your people used to use all the time, called Liquid Night, which creates this whole zone of moving shadows and almost like flexible darkness that you are able to touch like water. And you can navigate this very well. This is not a problem for you at all. And again,
Perfect.
of all the people to step through the door, you probably would feel the safest in this moment.
I'm just gonna like take a deep breath coming in because like it feels like home, and so I'm just like anything is better than the wall of noise right now.
He would look down and did you find yourself lacking or not want your friends with you? You had a whole team, right?
Quite honestly, I wasn't prepared for them to step through with me. I wanted out of the noise.
I am not fond of commotion either. I would apologize if I could. My games are going to have to be put on hold, as you can see.
They've been commandeered, it looks like.
It is a shame.
Perhaps the details of our arrangement could be we stop this corruption of your game, and instead of having to win your game, we get what we were initially promised.
The problem that I would have with that is the way one goes about getting the prize. He's going to stand. And as he stands, everything shifts. And you expect this because you understand that now he is making this whole thing happen. Like this whole room is probably, for all you know, a basement like storage facility that has been taken over by this spell. So as he moves, it's going to twist and move around with him. He's going to say, I have to harvest first, you see. And he's going to hold a book up, and it has this large ruin on it, and this piece of stone inlaid in the front cover. The stone is like a very soft mustard yellow stone. It gives off a pulse. He holds it up and says, I believe I introduced myself in the beginning, but the best way I can explain of who I am is despair. And without others to find despair or sorrow, I will not be able to grant anything to anybody. Maybe a fast death, but that's mercy, and mercy's not that's not what I lust in. Your contracts, though, sadly, are not with me. Well, not just me. And he kind of laughs. He goes, "This might be something to despair about, though. They are with a book. My book. And once your names have started to be written in here, I have no way to erase them. It's sad." He kind of he gives you that very dramatic pause.
Tamazira gives no emotional reaction whatsoever. She's just blinking like, okay. Like this contracts and shit being like completely not what it seems is so not new to her.
Right. Okay, let's see here. How far away are we? Tamazira, give me a sense roll. And let's see.
Okay.
Let's see if we match, shall we?
Alrighty.
I rolled a 20
Oh god.
from your Phoenix. So I need a 10 from you.
Sense.
That's an instinct roll.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, instinct. So sorry.
Well, how does 2-8 sound?
Okay, cool. Valise, despair, is moving around and talking. And as the stone, and it pulses, you feel a pull. And normally this would be a pull of sorrow or sadness, but then you can see your best friends smile, almost like if in your senses, and you hear those words again. Bring me the stone and his blood.
Okay.
But
Fuck.
it's like this. It's almost like you can see the whole thing. You understand what, you get the objective now. Here it is.
Yes. My objective is harm this man demon thing and take his book or kill him, but probably not going to get that. So just harm him.
And he is musing around, talking to himself like any other evil entity would do.
Is his
he
book just
monologuing?
Pretty much.
Is he monologuing?
Is his book floating kind of in front of me, or is it in his hand?
It's floating right above his hand. As he moves, it kind of moves with him, and he's talking.
How tall is this guy?
Valise is maybe 6'3", 6'4". Except for his horns. His horns are fucking huge, but
okay.
Him himself,
all right.
He's the 6'4"-ish range.
All right, so he's a foot taller than me. Got it.
And as he moves, shadows kind of twist and turn and move. There's no real light in this room. And then he's gonna stop and be like, he'll stop and he's holding the book and he's gonna look at you. But if I was to ask though, what was your heart's desire here? What did you come here for? I have to know.
Well, I was sort of guided here by someone else, just sort of along for the ride. I really wanted to just get out, get home. My desire is for my people to be free.
There is no, you don't see any smile on it. There's nothing, but behind him, it's almost like the whole wall lights up in a grin.
Oh.
And he just says, "Who are your people?" The book opens and slides in front of him.
I'm not gonna say a word.
Maybe that could be part of a deal. I could have... And he like looks up, and for a brief moment you feel the pulse of this gem in front of it, this as it pushes out, and this is the first time it like hits you. And it's this overwhelming sadness. Like, even if you were to stay stern-faced, it would feel like a tear is coming to your eye.
No, that's fine. The smoke on her face is gonna move to look like smoky tears.
That's so cool. Shit. And he's just gonna stop. I guess, if you don't have to tell me. But as he looks up, you can see behind the smile is a large sigil on the wall that is shattered and ripped up. It almost looks like claws are being pulled through it.
Yeah, I don't want to do anything brash because I'm the only one in here. So I'm just gonna hold my tongue.
Okay.
Get on
if
the
you-
go.
Yeah, slam the door shut, huh?
So
Slam the door shut.
So holding her tongue, we'll flip back to you guys.
I do want to just remind her that we're still connected telepathically.
Would that work in this
No.
room?
That's
'Cause
up to
right-
him, but it says I can connect to a person I see, and I did connect to her when I saw her, and then I'm still connected as long as I don't release it. And since you disappear a lot, I don't like to release my connection with you.
I will say that it will work up to a point. And so far,
So I just wanted to provide that reminder.
I would say so far you have not used it in a way that it would disconnect. So even if if Cinnamon has heard all of this, if you agree to that, it will have not.
Do I get to
yet.
choose what information gets passed on this connection? Because that's the thing is Tamazira has closed it. It's not disconnected, but she's basically muted the line. If she could.
No, you get to choose. It's just like talking, over a cell phone or something like that. You're just telling. You have to tell her the information. I'm not listening through your ears or in your head. You can just speak to me from a distance.
Okay, well then, yes. Basically, it has not been broken yet. If you would like to speak to her, we'll talk about what happens after that. But
I just wanted to provide the reminder that the connection is still.
The connection is still there.
Yeah, no, Tamazira would choose not to relay any information only because she's I don't know what's in this room, what this demon's capable of, and I don't want to get caught. Mm-hmm. So it's basically I'm muting for now, so there's nothing coming from Tamazira.
Very cool. For you all outside, Grev, Tamazira just got locked in a room. What are you doing?
So
are you still holding me? Because you were
no, I put you
dragging
down.
me over.
No, I put you down. This is really tough because at some point, Grev is going to get really pissed off that she just keeps ignoring what he's saying, and he's trying to keep her safe, and she just does not care.
Oh.
So I just don't know if. I mean, I think Grev would at least check the door to see what's going on, to see if it's something that can even be... I don't think that Grev would know that even with the purple barrier, I don't think that I would know that's locked. I would just be okay, that's just a purple door. Whatever.
So before it was a push door, you just push it, nothing happens when you touch it.
I feel no resistance, there's no way to open this.
Not that you can tell.
Okay. I'm gonna start hammering away at the door.
Okay. Give me a strength check. No, actually, just
with my axe. I mean, I'm gonna wail at it with the hallowed axe.
Roll damage.
Roll damage. Okay. I'm just gonna actually roll that on here because it's so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
That is 13.
You chip away at some of the skin.
I'm gonna keep at it.
Okay. So Grev is slamming into this door. Clear Day's gonna look down at Eno. Alright, so let's go.
Oh, I thought you wanted to talk to me. If you're not going to talk to me, I'm going to go figure out the door. Okay, I'm going to... And Cinnamon starts to walk away.
He's gonna watch Cinnamon walk away and be like, what? Nope. I'm not getting pulled into this. He's like talking to himself now. And he's just gonna look at Eno and say, come on, we can leave.
We should probably deal with the demon thing, though.
What demon? We don't have to. We can just leave.
Can we, though?
I guarantee you that if you just let me pick you up, we can leave. Do you need to save these people?
She just kind of like looks at him for a moment. I would like to try my very best to stop the plants. That's why we're here. Deal with the demon thing. Which I didn't know was a demon thing when I came here, or I would have rethought this entire plan.
Before you just go run off, you should just talk to me about these plans, and then I could help keep you safe. And as he says that, he hears Grev saying the same thing, kind of, as he's slamming into this door. And he just kind of, and he sighs and goes, move, I'll help. And it's like that.
But yes, we should save Zara.
Cinnamon gets up to the door where Grev is just going to town, and she feels the muted connection, and instead of talking to Tamazira, just kind of gives a knock on the muted connection. To be like, hey, what's up?
Can't talk. There's a demon.
Oh. And then she's gonna look at the magic, because she does runic lock all the time, so magically locks things, and so is going to try and essentially unravel it. Or start to.
It's a very high roll, but you could.
I figured. There's just...
No, but I mean, it's possible. I will say,
okay.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it ahead of time. If you unlock this with a good roll, there is still a downside to that.
That's fine.
Beautiful. Go.
I'll take it.
I'm saying it ahead of time so people don't think
to...
that I just added it on later when you roll a crit. I'm just telling you ahead of time.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna spend a stress to use things outside the box, because she's basically using her magic backwards, and to double her experience. We'll see how this goes. Ooh. 26 with hope.
Damn. Very nice.
Yeah, I rolled a 17, then I have +3, and then double my experience is a +.
So describe how you would unravel the spell.
So I think she goes up and probably steps to the other door that Grev is not hammering at, so that she's not in the way of getting hit by an axe. And I think she presses her hands up against the door, and all of you would see these inky magic kind of spread out over the door, and it traces out the runes of the magic that has been left of the lock. And then after it's spread up the whole door, creating just an inky runes across the door, she basically pulls her hands back, and it pulls the ink and the runes off the door as she does it before it dissipates.
You watch all the ink and the ruins slowly pull out. The door begins to crumble, and as the ruins get into you, like as you pull them, they become volatile and lash out at you. And you would feel this overwhelming despair. It's almost like you felt earlier when you kind of like shut down and you would go unconscious. It's not going to take HP out of you. It's just going to knock you off your feet, basically. Like, think like you know what I mean? Like almost like an explosion and you just get knocked side. Like this whole, but it's like, it's almost like an explosion of sorrow and despair and just the worst nightmare you could possibly have. And you would just get floored. But the door would shatter.
And you would just see like tears just kind of streaming down the unconscious face of Cinnamon.
With that, I think that because Clear Day is just in the middle saying, "Move, I'll help," and as he says "move" and puts his hands up, she just collides into him, and he'll like catch her like a football, and he'll be like, and he'll look at her, he'll look down and go, "This keeps happening," and he'll hold Cinnamon, and then say, "Go get your friend," and like gesture to the rest of you.
Well, Gref is already through the door.
I think as he gestures, it's like the first time like Billy he has just been laying on the ground this entire time, like just like spread eagle.
Oh, Billy, man,
like
he's just so out of it, man. Poor Billy.
He kind of like thinks about this and like thinks about the like situation of like Tamazira has popped off on her own for the third time and gotten into some shit. Eno is keeping to herself for the third time and getting herself out of shit. Cinnamon has yapped for the 8th time and gotten herself into some shit. And Grev is banging on a door again. And it's like all just like he's stuck in a time loop. And like I think there's a moment where Billy like gets up. And like for the first time, I think there's no like arousing spirit to fight from Billy. He just puts his hands on his hips and he just watches.
Awesome. So Billy watches, Grev's through the door, Cinnamon's in Clear Day's arm. Clay, what are you doing?
Oh, as I sort of dash forward, I guess, and she passes Billy, she's like going to gently bop his horn, and like the pink moss is going to grow up his horn and cast Healing Hands.
Oh.
And as she passes him, he can either clear 2 hit points or 2 stress.
It would also make your throat feel a little bit better.
I think he kind of like feels that, and like now it's kind of like a guilt trip thing, and he like kind of like gives a sigh. He like looks to Clear Day, like puts up his hands, like genuine, like damn it, and runs after her,
And you all run in, and as you all run in, this book kind of like spins back to his other hand, and Valise will turn and say, see? Your party did join us. Now we can start something fun. And the book will slam shut, and that's where we'll end for the day.
Oh, boy.
Yep, I knew it.
I did too.
I love how I am unconscious with no marked armor slots, no marked HP, and no marked stress, full up on hope. And I'm unconscious.
That's why I'm sitting here with fully marked stress, 1 HP, like only 3 hope. Great.
Thank you all for joining us. I love you guys. And I mean, that's why I said it ahead of time. I was like, this is going to be really funny if this actually happens. Yeah. Because I've never downed somebody that had full everything. So I was like, this is random as fuck. But anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for joining us. And we'll see you all sometime next week. Bye.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.